All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am with...
Shane Trim.
When and why did you start playing?
Well, when I first started, I was pretty young, and I was a lonely child and pretty bored. So I picked up music, and I began playing in my room, and I just built a love for it, and that's pretty much it, man. It hasn't changed.
Okay. Why doesn't McDonald's sell hot dogs?
Because hot dogs are half-ass good for you, and McDonald's is poison.
There you go. You heard it from Shane Trim. Which instrument do you play, sir?
I play bass, primarily.
I know you play other instruments, you modest bastard. Come on now.
Yeah, I like to dabble in everything pretty much, but play some acoustic at home. I can rock a couple beats on the toms and dabble in some vocals.
Okay. How about this? At the movie theater, which armrest is yours?
The right one.
The right one.
Yeah, I tend to lean.
You said that with conviction, too.
Yeah, I tend to lean to my right. It's a spine deficiency.
Okay, your band name. How'd you guys come up with it? And what is the name of your band?
Split the Skye with an E is the name of the band. But,
with a what?
With an E is the name of the band. But it was one of those things, you sit and talk with the boys and like, egg noodle. No, and throw names out there over and over and over. Nothing was working, and then that just seemed like it hooked for us, man. So we stuck with it.
Cool. How about this? Do they have the word dictionary in the dictionary? What do you think?
On the cover?
No, like in the dictionary. Do they have the word dictionary?
Yes. It is.
Again, you say that with such conviction.
Yeah, because I don't know for sure.
Okay. Do vegetarians eat animal crackers?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
You do not think so?
I don't know. But I'm not a vegetarian, and I enjoy an animal cracker from time to time.
What was the first tune you learned on whatever instruments you picked up at the time?
Oh. Wow. That was a long time ago. I'm going to say Take the Long Way Home by Supertramp.
Oh, nice. Classic.
Yes. One of my faves of all time.
How about this? In your humble opinion, is there a time limit on a fortune cookie?
Those are all stale motherfuckers. I don't know. I just want the paper. I want my fortune. That's all I care about.
Is your family musical?
No, actually. But it's funny you asked me that because I have a 2.5-year-old son that is very, very musical. It's kind of funny. Like I'm talking bang his head to Meshuggah in the back seat.
Nice.
Yeah, but other than me, I've never heard of anybody in my whole bloodline that was musical, period.
That's a nice segue to my next question, actually. Speaking of blood and everything. If vampires cannot see their reflection in a mirror, why is their hair always so neat? How do they do their hair so neat?
I don't know enough about vampires, to be honest. I'm not a very sci-fi dude. I think it's all hogwash, to be honest with you. And I don't think that their hair is legit.
Fair enough. Well, it is Hollywood trickery anyway.
Exactly.
So no, a good answer. Since bread is square, then why is sandwich meat like circular? Like why isn't Meat.
so you can nibble off the sides. And it
Oh.
becomes like a 2-part meal, like a little appetizer to the main beast.
How about this? Which famous musician do you admire and why?
Honestly, like my favorite musician of all time would have to be Victor Wooten, because the guy is magical, and his attitude, and he's like phenomenal, but so humble at the same time. But as far as coming over adversity and everything, I'd have to say Dave Grohl. Like the guy just,
He is versatile.
the guy took shit and made gold. You know what I mean? Like coming out of a band that was so huge, and usually when a band comes to its end, everybody that was involved in that lineup kind of, just coasts in their life. And like Novoselic, you never heard from him again unless it's a documentary. But Dave really stepped up to the plate and made some smart decisions, and I think the guy's awesome.
Have you seen any of his Sonic Highway documentaries?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, excellent.
Brilliant watch for all you viewers out there, or listeners out there. It's definitely worth checking out. How about this $1 million question for you, sir?
Shoot.
Can you cry underwater? And we're both crybabies. We both take pride of this.
Very
statement
emotional.
Here. But can you cry underwater? What do you think?
Yeah, I think you can, but you won't see the tears flowing because it just becomes water. I don't know, but the emotion's there. The lump in the throat exists. I've never cried underwater myself because you have to remember to breathe when you're all and that wouldn't be good underwater. But yeah, I'd say you can.
Well, speaking of lumps and stuff, what would be one of your most fondest musical memories? Something you will remember for the rest of your life. First thing pops up.
Playing an acoustic song for my grandpa that doesn't, he's not alive anymore. And I played a slow little acoustic ballad type thing, and he got all choked up, and we ended up shedding a tear together. And I'll never forget that forever.
That's brilliant. What were your influenced by, growing up? By old records, tapes, CDs, digital format?
Oh, I had tapes. That's as far back as I can remember. I remember AC/DC and, like I said, Supertramp. I had a few Supertramp tapes. Yeah, that's probably as far back as I can think is tapes.
How about this? How do you handle mistakes during a performance?
Just keep on trucking, because the moment you take that breath where you fucked up, you're in trouble. And listen to the beat to carry you through, and if you make a mistake, just keep going. And 9 times out of 10, people don't even hear the little things that a musician involved in his band hears.
And do you still get nervous before a show?
You know what? There was a time there when I was singing for Tedesco that I would get a little bit of anxiety kind of thing. I struggled with that a little bit, but as soon as I realized that kind of thing was more in my head, and you get to keep breaking through it and dealing with it in your own way. Even if I feel a little bit of a nervous feeling before I start, the minute you hit that first strike, it pretty much goes away.
Very cool. How about this? Why don't you ever see baby pigeons? Did you ever see baby pigeon?
I've seen small ones, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I have.
You're the first mofo to ever say that.
Yeah, and it brought me a letter from up north.
What? Come on now. What did
No.
what did the letter say?
I am a baby pigeon, so don't think that we don't exist. So it set me straight right off the hop.
There you go. Nice.
To be honest.
You heard it from the horse's mouth. Shane Trim. Ladies. So what advice would you give to a beginner or someone that just picked up the bass, that started listening to Victor Wooten and stuff? What would be your own words to them?
Ear is everything. Like, if you can play along, what I would say to somebody just beginning is throw on some of your favorite tracks, and get your little practice amp on the go and try to just hear for those tones. Even if you can't play all the notes exactly, follow the keys and the tones as best you can, and eventually your playing and your fingering will get stronger and better until eventually you're playing your favorite songs, and go from there, and then creativity will come later.
There we go. And last question on my Rockstar question list here. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Take all the time you need.
Well,
it's all digital shit now, so I can't edit it.
I don't know. That's a good question, man. But
the chicken or the egg? It's a simple freaking question. Come on, man.
Well, if there is a creator out there, and he might have created the chicken and said, listen, if you want to keep going in life, you're going to have to lay an egg. So I'd have to say the chicken.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, Shane Trim from Split the Skye, old friend and brilliant friend musician. Thank you.
Thank you, Seb. Appreciate it, brother.